Hello everyone, welcome to Web-Dorado video channel. This video will explain Web-Dorado's brand new responsive and SEO-friendly events calendar for WordPress which we have launched in 2015. After you have watched the video, please do make comments and let us know if it was helpful or if you have any questions that were left unanswered, and we will respond as quickly as possible. Let's go ahead and log into our administrator panel. We'll go to our plugins and we'll click on Add New. Then we'll click on Upload Plugin and we'll choose our file, and that's Events Calendar. I will click on Install Now. For Mac users, go to your Downloads folder and locate the folder with the plugin. Right click on it and select Compress, and now you will have a newly created zip file which can be installed as described here. I'm going to click on Activate Plugin at this point, and seconds later it will appear in my plugins list. I will go to my calendars and I will click on Add New Calendar. I will need to give it a title right now, and I will call my calendar Summer Vacation Events. We can add some information about this calendar, overall information if we'd like to, and we'll do it right here. Otherwise, I'm going to click Publish and save this. If I scroll down, I'm going to see calendar settings. And here we have preview at event. We have the short code that we can copy and paste to our page or a post later on. And we also have here select events from the list. Now, if I hadn't created any events at all, it would say here add event. If I'm trying to create a new event, sure, I can start right from here, preview add event. If I click on that, it will take me to a calendar page and I can select any given date and give it a title, save, and it will eventually ask me to go to events page and edit the details. So to my experience, it is better that we leave this alone now and go straight to adding venues and events so that we can easily and in a very organized manner add them to our calendar when publishing it. Okay, so I will leave this alone right now. And as a matter of fact, I believe every event has an organizer. So firstly, I will go to my organizers and I will add an organizer. Now I've had Leo for several events as an organizer, but I'm going to create a new one and I'm going to click on Add New. And this time it's Mr. Jerome. And he will probably have something to say like, please respond to this invitation by emailing Mr. Jerome at such and such email. Okay, I'm going to click on Publish and I'm going to save my organizer. Then, of course, I'm going to go to my venues. Now, I know what kind of an event it's going to be, and of course, I know where it will take place. I'm going to click on Add New here, and I will enter the name of my venue, Mammoth Lakes, California. And I will probably have some information posted here for Mammoth Lakes, California. Alright, I'm going to scroll down and I see here venue location. If I were to enter Mammoth Lakes, California, I will definitely get that on Google Map and it will display that on my map. So I will click Publish and I will save this. And then I will move on to creating an event. I will go to my events and I will click on Add New. Now, of course, here we need to give it a title. And I'm going to name it Mammoth Lake Camping because that's exactly what we're going to do. I will have something to say about this particular event. And then I will scroll down again. Next to event venue here, I would have add venue if I hadn't created any venues. And if I were to click on it, it would take me straight to venues menu here. But since we did create a venue for this event, I'm going to simply select from a drop-down list here, Mammoth Lakes, California. And of course, it will display on my map. Next, what we have is Show Map in Event Page, and it's selected by default. And sure, I do like that. I will leave that over there. Event Dates. The minute I click on it, I have a calendar and I can select my date for the event. And of course, I can select a time. And let's say we're going to start this event at 8 a.m. and we're going to stay there for a whole day and we're going to return at about 7 p.m. If this is a non-repeating event, of course, I'll leave it on Don't Repeat. And if you do have a repeating event, you can definitely go and select one of these options. If I select daily, I can say repeat every, let's say, second day until a certain day on my calendar. Okay, if I have weekly repeating events, I can say repeat every 2 or 3 or whatever weeks on a specific day of the week until a particular day on my calendar. I can do this for monthly, repeat every 2 months on the same day, or let's say on the first Monday or Thursday until a specific day on my calendar. I'm not going to repeat this event, so I will select on repeat. Next, what we have is event URL. And I will basically paste the URL of Mammoth Lakes, California here. And I can also add a video URL. If there's a presentational video about my event, I can definitely add it here. And it is supposed to be a YouTube or a Vimeo URL. Remember that, please. I will add that there, and I'm pretty much done here. Now let's look at the right side of the things here. It is a good idea to add event categories so that you will divide some events from others. I have previously created nature for an event category, and what I did is actually I clicked on add new event and I just simply typed in nature and add new event category. But since I created that already, I'm going to select it and I'm going to talk to you about event tags. With event tags, you can categorize events using tags. You can search for events and limit event calendars to events with certain event tags. So here I will add such tags as lake, mammoth, camping, and I will click on add and I will have my tags here. You can add unlimited number of tags here. And naturally, I'm going to select my calendar here, summer vacation events for this particular event. I'm going to select Mr. Jerome as an organizer for this event. And I can definitely here add a featured image for this event. So I will click on set featured image. And I will select my image for Mammoth Lake here and will click on set featured image. And surely it is displayed here. So I am done with creating this event. I'm going to click on publish and it is saved. To view this and other events that I've created so far, I need to actually put it on either a page or a post, and I will do that in a little bit. But for the moment, I want to talk about my calendar settings, so I'm going to navigate to calendars and then click on settings. The first thing we see here is clear cache. Now this feature is used when importing events from external calendars. It will clear the cache from the imported calendar. Next is time zone, and if for some reason your time zone is not set by default, what you can do is you can change it. If you're in Europe, you can use this format and say Europe Berlin or Europe Rome, for example. And if you are in Los Angeles, you will do something like this: America/Los_Angeles. Date format. Now, if you want to change your date format, if you want year first and then month and then day, sure, do go ahead and change it any which way. It really is your preference. Time format. If you use any one of these time formats, you will have a 24-hour clock format. And if you want 12-hour clock format, please use this code right here. Week start day. You can have either Sunday or Monday to start your week with. In event slot, specify a slot for the page which will display events within a single list event. So I have events here, and of course my single event slot is a one single event. So I have an event as a slot here. Enable comments for events. Sure, I do want that, and that's checked by default. Include events in main loop. If you select this, the events as well as its separate pages can be displayed as post links on various pages. And lastly, I have enabled social icons, and that also is checked by default. If for some reason you don't want them, unselect it and it will not be displayed. I'm going to save my changes here. And now what I would like to do is go to my pages. I have created this page, WD Event Calendar, and I'm going to add my events to my calendar. So what I can do is either copy the shortcode and paste it here, or I can simply click on Insert Calendar, and I will select my summer vacation events calendar, and I will say OK. Now, what also we have here is views. We can actually change the way our calendar looks. It can display month first, as it is set here, and then list and then week, or we can change the whole view of it completely in a new way, the way that we like it. It really is up to you. You can make all the changes that you want here. And also we have filters. If you have downloaded certain filter add-ons, you can add them here. So I will select my calendar, I will say OK, and I will click on update to save. This is great. Now this is going to be on our web page, but it's not going to show all of my events that I've created because I haven't yet gone to my calendars. I'm going to go to my calendars. I'm going to click on summer vacation events. And what I need to do is I need to add my created events to my calendar. Now I will select all the rest of the events that I've created, okay? And I will add them one by one to my calendar. Okay, that's done. Perfect. So all of my events now are going to be displayed on my events list page. Also, what I would like to let you know here is that by clicking on the edit button on any one of these events, you can edit them. What happens is that it will take you straight to the events, to that particular event, and you can further modify or edit your particular event. Now that we have understood all of this, let's go ahead and, as a matter of fact, view our calendar on the web page. Alright, so I will click on my web page. I will go to my WD event calendar, and I do see my event calendar with all of the events on it because we have added all of the events to our calendar. If I were to click on any one of the events, as a matter of fact, when I hover over them, I see certain information about the events that I have created. If I click on any one of the events, I will see detailed information about my event with the image that I have selected as a featured image and the link to that particular event. I have it displayed on the map as well, and there is a video related to this event. Okay, at this point I would also like to show you that if you were to change your views here, my view has been set to show the month first and then the list, week, day, etc. You will see the month view here. Okay, and if I go to list view, I will see it in a list view here. I can select a week view and I don't see all of them. If I go back a week or so, I will see the rest of my events for the month. There is a day view on a specific day. There is a map that shows where all of the events are. We have a 4 days view. Then also we have a poster board view. And if I go back a week, I will see all of my events here. All right, so everything looks great. Besides one thing, I don't like the color of my calendar because it does not work with the color scheme of my web page. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back, I'm going to go to my calendars, select summer vacation events calendar, and I'm going to change the theme here. I'm going to select red crimson, for example. I will click on update. Let's see how it looks. All right, so it is red, and let's say you don't like this red and you want to modify it, change colors. You can basically change colors of everything here, and fonts, font sizes, etc. So how do you do that? We will go back again, and this time we'll come to calendar themes, and I will click on all themes here. I've chosen red crimson. Okay, so from here I can change that header color that I didn't like so badly, right? Let's say I want it to be a bit darker. I can change header border color, current year color. I can change the width of my calendar, change the calendar border color, etc. So basically, go ahead and go to all of the tabs and play around with it. And then you can click update. If you don't like what you did, you can always click on reset themes and come back to its original view. And I'm going to click update and let's look at it. All right, I think it looks a lot better, so I will keep it that way. So on this note, I would like to end this video, and I'm going to ask you to like the video if you do, as a matter of fact, like the video, and also subscribe and follow us on social networks. I thank you for tuning in, and you have a wonderful day.